My Hero has been pretty good for a while now. And frankly, I'm just really tired of people judging this show because of a few very loud, very cringy people back during lockdown. So today, let me quickly run through some things My Hero does very, very well that for some reason a large part of the anime community refuses to acknowledge. Starting with Deku, a main character that has a very tragic story, oftentimes having to sacrifice his own well-being for the sake of others. Whether it's physically breaking his own limbs in order to do just a bit of damage, or losing himself entirely for the sake of protecting innocence, only to realize in the end that the innocence he was so desperate to protect from far away ended up being what he needed closest to him. Deku's development is truly a lot more nuanced than many people would make it out to be, and it's not just him. My Hero just has a pretty great cast overall. For example, All Might is a phenomenal take on the Superman trope, really encapsulating the idea that being hero has way more to do with the strength of your heart rather than the size of your muscles. Endeavor is the classic dad trying to make up for the sins of his past trope, and his arc starting as an envious ass who wants nothing more than to live through his sons, and ending as a genuinely reformed man who wants nothing more than to heal the wounds he's caused, is genuinely heartwarming. Shigaraki is a terrifying villain whose powers, design, backstory, and development throughout the show is nothing short of bone-chilling. And All for One has some of the most absurd bad guy aura that I have ever seen. And moving on from just those few characters, a large majority of Class A all get moments to shine. Shoto's journey of self-acceptance and forgiveness carries large parts of the show, Ochaka is everything Sakura wishes she was, and Bakugo, while controversial, has actually really turned into quite a character in the last year. Characters aside though, there's many other great aspects of My Hero that don't get talked about enough. One being, the fights are absolutely amazing. All Might versus the Nomu, Deku versus Shoto, Endeavor versus the Nomu, All Might versus All for One, Deku versus Muscular, Deku versus Class A, and so on. I swear, My Hero is a true blue battle shonen. Every single major fight just absolutely slaps, and there are dozens of small fights that go way harder than they have any right to. And hell, just yesterday the anime released a short 2-episode fight with a character that we just met, and it was absolutely amazing. And one of the key factors that make these fights so good compared to a lot of other animes is the fact that they have actual stakes. It is not uncommon for people to get seriously wounded or even die in this show. You can get attached to a character and then, boom, they're just gone. Just like that. Because this show that is rumored to be very lighthearted and babyish really isn't scared to pull its punches. And on top of all of that, the story is super riveting. All for One's long, methodical plan to take Shigaraki's body and take over the world is super menacing and genuinely scary, especially right now, because he's using real-world issues and tactics to launch it. And seeing Deku and his friends try and overcome something that is way beyond their pay grade is genuinely, unbelievably awesome. My Hero is not a bad show. It's not even an okay show. It's a really, really good show. And if you've been turned away from it by a few cringe people and a biased fandom, I recommend you give My Hero Academia another shot. Just watch a few episodes and come up with your own opinion regardless of what everyone else has to say. And hey, you just may end up enjoying it, and you might just be pleasantly surprised.